of all of the preparation you do.
Yes.
You will never change the transition?
What's a transition? No. I mean, the transition is you press the button and it goes boom, right to the next. Only if it's like the swirly stuff, like we've done on. I've never seen this menu. Is there a star wipe?
I doubt it. You have to like download those.
Okay. That's not.
Tell people what we're doing here.
We're hi everybody. Welcome. It's Saturday. And we're talking Warhammer. We're doing the War Room. What did you do now? No, hold on to your butt.
We did it! That's cool. That's totally on brand for you.
Okay, thank you. It would be better if it was a star.
What if it was just a star cutout, right? Like we need to get you a star stinger. At Streamlabs, they have those things.
What is that?
So stingers like, like zoo.
Oh, yeah,
like
Let's do
Janelle
that,
has them.
Okay. Hello. We're doing fine.
Yeah, see you all next Saturday.
And goodbye. Yeah, so welcome. Thanks for coming.
I had no choice.
Well, that's true.
Actually, I'm really excited about today. Eridance was saying how engaged he was with the color conversation we had last week.
Oh, yeah.
2 weeks ago.
Good.
Uncle Jesse doing tech support as well. It's really... I don't know if I've already told this story, but I was trying to figure out troubleshooting a problem with Final Cut Pro, and a guy... I'm surrounded by nerdy, intelligent men. I think I've done that purposely.
Okay.
So that I can learn more. And I was like, oh, you could fix this problem. So my mom was in the background, and she was like helping me clean or cook, whatever. And I'm like, okay, this, da, 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 da. And 2 days later, she's like, you are so smart. And I was like, what do you mean? She's like, you knew all those tech words? And I was like, I'm just trying to speak his language so that I can get to... We ended up spending... If he's on here, he'll know what I'm talking about. 45 minutes longer on troubleshooting than anyone should have, but we were like learning so much about the program. But then what I loved, he's like, I don't know why that solved it, but I don't care. He's like that kind of guy.
I've been in that situation before.
You know what I mean? Like, it's,
hey, if it works and it's set and it's not going to change,
walk away.
Yeah.
So when we were here 2 Saturdays ago,
yes.
How did we end the show?
The
answer to this. We were talking about colors.
Yes.
I was yelling at you about pinks.
Yes. That we needed inspiration. We need inspirations to look at in the real world.
Yes.
And we needed to mix colors.
Well, we realized that we could use inspirations.
Yes.
And that you don't necessarily need to be instinctually good at knowing what colors to do, but that like other people have done it and made patterns work. And so like when something looks off, it's a question as to whether the color's right for it or not. You know what I mean? Like there's certain...
Yeah, that makes sense.
Or like, okay, like you could notice like, oh, that has the... What do they call it when there's extra plastic pieces hanging off?
Oh, like flash in the...
Yeah. You could see that from a mile away. I could see something's wrong with the color. So like that's our different strengths.
Sure.
So you knew this, but you didn't realize you have all this pink around you.
Yes. I do have a lot of pink around me.
Pinks are everywhere. Is that your favorite pink now?
I don't know. I was looking around at the different pinks in things that are around my room. I'm not sure.
Wait, why is Nightbot hyping?
Oh, Darrow kicked it.
Hi, Barking Darrow. Have you heard this? Have I told you this? That my family used to call farting pinks.
No.
Did you pink? Grossest. It's
That's
something
odd.
that they took from their childhood, my mom, and then moved it to ours.
It on.
Because I think it was a room full of women, and they didn't want to like talk like, "Hey, did you fart?" And
interesting.
Pink. It's the worst.
Pink. I've never.
Did I ruin the color for you?
No, thankfully not. No, they're not going to fit up there together. It's King of the Hill time. Well, what do we got? Yeah, because I think this one is too dark. This is. I think
it's not your color.
That one's not.
Out of what I'm seeing, and again, I'm not you. This is the best pink.
I like that pink.
This is the best pink. And it's sort of...
It's a pretty rad card, too,
It's
right?
sort of
it's
represented
similar.
here. Like, this is a matte finish. This is a glossy finish. You can definitely tell, though, that you're living in a pink world. Like, you're not living in pastel.
Okay.
You're living in a more, pink. Like a primary pink. This has a little bit more blue in it.
Yeah, that I don't
but
like that
with
one.
that...
it pops out from the other ones.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, it goes in tandem with the other.
I see. Yes.
You couldn't put this one
family
there. Exactly.
Colors. Yeah.
Yeah, so this is even a little bit darker. Maybe it just appears that way.
Maybe. I think that...
Oh, hi, Mute Couch.
Yeah, barking spiders, I've heard.
Barking spiders?
Yeah, for farts. Like, oh, did you hear that barking spider?
What?
You've never heard that one?
Never.
That is definitely...
Oh, God.
Or something about ducks.
Yeah, did you step on a duck?
There you go.
That one's pretty funny.
I think maybe Batman, actually.
Okay. Yeah, you know what? This is a little more hot.
Yeah.
And I think you like I think you go towards the neon more than you do. This is also not my favorite pink. Mm-hmm. There's an argument to be made that millennial pink is where I'm at.
What's millennial pink?
Look it up.
Stay, Batman.
This is what ended up causing havoc at Disney. Yeah, no.
You and your pinks?
No. Well, you know.
Millennial pink.
Even though it's kind of pastel, it's more...
I don't know about that
I
one.
like it. I'm not 100%... Like, that's the version I like right there.
This one?
Yeah.
That's not even pink.
It's not pink. Oh, that's the one.
That's totally not pink.
That's not terracotta. Look up rose gold.
Terracotta. Wait, hold on. What happened? Thank you for the follow, Anabaris.
Anabaris. We know that name. Jessica and her pinks causing havoc at Disney News.
Right?
Raw Vegas. You know all about it.
I don't like these.
Dusty pink would be that.
Dusty pink.
Dusty rose. Dusty rose.
All right.
That's where I'm at. I like a dusty rose.
Dusty rose. Why does that name sound familiar?
It's because it's a color.
I think it's something else, but that's fine. Okay.
And Kiana loves sage. We talked about this. Look up sage color. I like that one too.
Sage.
So while we're doing this, I figured you should talk about the news. Look at that. So beautiful.
It's green.
It's not. It is. But
it's definitely green.
But you put that next to Dusty Rose.
Okay.
Yummy.
Well, yeah. Well, because they're across the color wheel.
Maybe.
I
don't know.
But you do know. That's the thing. Even if you don't know the color wheel, you know what colors go. What colors complement each other. I'm pretty sure there's another Dusty Rose out there. Somebody Google it and
look up Dusty Rose. Look at it while we're here. Rust to Rust. Dusty Rusty Rose.
Dusty Rusty Rose. Maybe I'm thinking of something else.
Oh, Dustin Rhodes, Gold Dust, AEW. Oh gosh.
Yeah, I think that was what.
Gosh.
We don't need to Google that. Okay. So you've got paints. So I have mostly Games Workshop paints. I have a box. I have a box of paints. I have more paints. Almost everything I use is Games Workshop Citadel paints. Their pinks are not great, but I have some Vallejo, which is better. So I have this pink, but again, it's not that.
So let's do an experiment. Let's see if we can turn that pink into what you want it to be.
Okay.
Let's see.
You know, you hit it right here.
I'm a pro.
Okay, well, you don't hit those.
No. I'm a pro about what it sounds like.
Oh, well, that's... And I got you a painting handle.
Guys, do you love my shirt? I'm going to get one for his son.
Somebody was already remarking about our...
Well, we match.
Yes.
I never wear black, but I had to get this shirt. And I got it in a youth 12. It's a little tight.
It's for all the 12-year-olds you've been consuming.
They're my sons.
Okay.
Because we have to figure out like a PC way
weird at all. Right. Yes.
Because it could be weird.
Okay. So we have Vallejo Pink, which is a dropper bottle, which automatically makes it so much better and easier to use than anything Games Workshop puts out. Now, there are Games Workshop pinks, like I was saying. There is... What are the pinks? There's Pink Horror, which is the name of a demon, but it's really not a good...
Watch.
It's not a color that I like to use. Then there's Screamer Pink.
That's interesting. You know what? That's shades. So you would do shades. You know how no.
I mean, I see what you're saying.
What I'm talking about.
Okay,
So
all right.
how there's different shades of pink. If you didn't want to... I knew Squirrel was judging me for my collection of preteens. Of all people. Squirrel would be. So what does that painting handle do?
It makes it so that you can hold a miniature and move it all around and paint from different sides.
Oh, cool.
Now this is now the old painting handle.
Okay, I love this pink. This is a pink I really dig. Because see how it's like a more dark, dusty rose?
Sure.
So my question is, if we take that other one and blend it with this, what do we get? I don't know. A darker
pink.
Well, closer. I'm trying to get closer to what you like.
Okay.
So
there is a new painting handle.
Okay.
That is slimmer, has more of an hourglass figure than this one.
Okay.
And much closer resembles a butt plug than this one does.
That definitely doesn't resemble one.
That's what I'm saying. The new one is much closer.
Okay, this is not anywhere near the color we want for you.
Okay.
But this just to be honest.
Yes.
This is how I work.
Okay.
I just keep on painting and keep on mixing until I got the color.
So we have those two. Hold on, there was...
Ooh, I know what we should do.
I'm listening.
We should both be in a race to see if we can get to that.
But
I'll use my paints.
But I don't know how.
Make mistakes.
That's the problem.
Mistakes.
And then there's the contrast pink, which is called Volupus pink. But again, that's contrast, so you can't really mix it with other things very well, and it sort of ends up looking like that. The pants.
Weird.
Which isn't great.
Oh, but it does that extra shadow thing.
Yes. I know I'm nervous about making mistakes.
Red and blue.
I don't want to make mistakes here.
Red and blue. Red
is.
I don't. What? I guess I didn't bring.
Is this a rhyme they were coming up with?
No, I need a primary red. I guess I didn't bring a primary red.
You need a red? I got reds.
I got this, but.
I thought I had reds. I have reds some.
Your mom has reds.
I have Evil Sun's Scarlet. You want Scarlet?
That's yeah. Actually, that's perfect.
You gotta shake it.
Your mom's got to shake it.
Oh, this needs to be.
Hi, Doomsday Danny. Doomsday Danny.
Batman loves all this. Oh, Batman is kind of adorable in pink. Of course, it's the pop version, so it looks silly anyway. But
he's kind of cute.
Yeah.
I read somewhere, and it's probably incorrect.
Look at that one.
Nope, too much purple. Or too much blue.
What if I mix it with this one?
Try. That's the whole point.
You read somewhere
that it used to be that pink was for boys, and then red was for men, blue was for girls, and blue, like light blue was for the girls, and dark blue was, or primary blue was for women.
I've heard such a thing.
Is that right? Okay. I didn't know if it was true because it seemed like they thought that dark red was a more masculine color, and so it was like cute. See that the boys would wear a lighter.
Oh, I see. So
red.
Yeah.
But it's interesting how we've just transferred our ideas of what we think masculinity is.
Yes, because gender is a social construct.
But sex isn't. Right? Your sex that you're born into.
Right, because that's genetics.
So how do you differentiate then? How are you? So you're supposed to just assign? Okay, so it's like when you say like you're assigned to this sex, but you're not that gender.
Yes.
Okay.
And even assigned sexes can be wrong because our DNA, our chromosomes are much more complicated than. Yes.
Oh, brilliant, Red!
How did we get on this subject?
Because we're mixing with pink and talking about how it's actually not a non-masculine color.
Look what I did. I don't like it.
Interesting. I don't like it either.
I did something, but
It looks like puke pink.
that could be good for
Okay, so
highlights, maybe.
look at this. I think we're gonna get there. I think we're on our way.
Do you like that brush?
I like it because it's small.
Okay. So we got brushes at Gen Con, not this past year,
Because it didn't
but the year
exist.
before. And I didn't end up liking that brush.
I don't know have anything to compare it to with regards to the size. Or like with the different remember that guy that was selling us hard on the brushes?
Yeah, that was these guys. Yeah.
Oh, was it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm glad we didn't spend money on it. This
I mean,
was
that's-
given to me as a peace offering.
Okay. Do I?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Can't talk about it.
So the blob at the bottom is what I made by mixing two different pinks together.
And I'm pretty close with this one.
Are you?
But wait, watch.
I don't know.
No.
But then you got to remember all the different things.
Easy.
Okay. Pepto Pink. I know it's not.
Oh, that's what it is. That's Pepto Pink. 100%.
But it's not this pink though.
Okay, do me a favor.
Yes.
Because we're not here to like rewrite the color book. Look up how to mix a neon pink.
Okay.
Because the theory should be that all primary colors, just with a little bit of white added, should mix into it.
How to mix neon pink. Oh my god.
Whoa.
That's too much.
No, it's not.
Do you want pictures or videos?
Pictures are better.
Like this one?
Yeah.
So, oh my, wow.
Using primaries.
How to mix neon pink
Using primary.
using primary
Colors.
like this.
Color mixing master. What's that one?
I think they're selling a class.
No.
Okay. I would. Oh, why did it open up?
Oh, go back. Oh, wait. One part yellow. I'm missing yellow.
Yellow.
I'm missing yellow.
Oh.
And magenta. That was what my theory was.
Okay.
And
Pink and yellow.
well, red and orange.
I have this yellow.
Hold on, this is a hot yellow.
Okay.
Oh my god, it's gonna happen. We're gonna get there.
Now it just looks muddy.
Relax.
I'm relaxed. It just looks muddy. So anyway, the paintbrush that I have of that, since I have plenty of paintbrushes, I gave mine to Emma.
Oh,
So
nice.
Emma can use that.
Ooh, you know what we did?
What did we do?
We created the light version. That's nice.
Okay.
That's a nice light dusty rose. And now, do you have a magenta? It's okay.
Do any of these count as magenta?
Look up how to
I have lots of purples.
you know what? This is how you do it.
I don't know if I have,
Actually, I need a thicker brush.
Like a crappy brush?
Yeah, crappy brush
you
is
go.
great. Thank you. So I have a. Woo!
Anything in here we could use?
No, I'm just gonna make
Purple?
it. I'm just gonna make it.
What's this one? This is Xerius purple.
I'm just gonna make it.
Okay.
Look, and then we'll actually make a hot pink.
Ooh,
What? What?
that smells weird. Now you got blues and reds.
Well, we're on a
Crazy.
journey.
And we haven't even talked about primer colors.
You could do that while I do this.
So it used to be that everybody primed in black. Unless, very specifically, you were painting something that was really, really light, like white or yellow. And then they're like, well, I mean, I guess you could prime in white, but it's going to be a pain. Typically, that was like the typical thing. Unless you're like a real pro, then, you know, prime in whatever.
Why did they think it was a pain?
Just because, well, traditionally, with traditional paints on miniatures, you go from darker to lighter when you're painting.
Oh, okay.
So
That's
to get
one
the
of the
shadows.
yeah, got it.
Yeah, to get the so you paint dark to get the dark parts to go into the shadows, the recesses, and then you brighten up in the successively up higher areas for highlighting. Traditionally. So if you were trying to get a very bright light color, and then you had to start with a light, well, it was hard to work up to such a bright light color like white or yellow. So then if you had a white or really light gray primer, then it was hard to get the shadows and then work up. It was that was the whole thing. So then people started priming mostly in gray, which works because it's sort of in between. Now a lot of people use the contrast paints, which I've been using lately. And so for those,
prime?
well, yeah. So the contrast paints, there are primers that go with that. They're specifically formulated, but whatever, you can use other things. So the primer for contrast technically comes in two different colors, a gray and a sort of like a bone, which are handy. Now you can prime in almost any color, and lots of companies come out with different colored primers so that you can just use that as your base coat. Like if you're going to do blue Marines, prime everything in blue and then just go from there. You can also prime in metallic colors, which turns out really interesting when using the contrast paints, actually. So that's been something I've also tried to work with. Yeah, and other people do other things too. Yeah, so Black Cavalier, for instance, says, I've primed white for 30 years. Black makes figures too dark. Yeah, it's very, again, traditionally it's much more difficult to prime in black and then get your colors up to really bright. Or it takes a million coats and then you got to worry about losing detail and all sorts of stuff like that. I don't know what is happening over here on your palette, but it's very interesting.
We're just figuring out.
Sure.
And no, I don't even like that. I thought I liked it initially, and I don't. That's like a lip color, though. Like you can wear that on your lip all day. I
wouldn't suggest it with those paints, though.
Doomsday Danny suggested orange, so now I'm on that journey.
It's definitely a journey. Yeah, I don't know.
In theory, though, you should be able to make every color with red, blue,
okay,
and yellow. Is that right? Yeah, red, blue, and yellow. Is that the primary colors?
I don't know.
Let's see.
We sent our kid to a private private preschool, so we didn't have to worry about primary colors.
Got it. Let's see. It's never gonna happen.
I mean, something's gonna happen. I feel like if we mixed all the pinks together...
No, it'll be gross.
It'll be gross?
No, I don't know.
Do you see this one? So this is my One Army Painter paint. It's another company that makes paints that people like. It looks like the Vallejo bottles. This is Toxic Boils. They're very, very fun with their color names. So yeah, that's Toxic Boils for you. Add orange.
Guess what?
We can add orange.
I'm gonna need like two more palettes. Okay, no, I don't want to use yours.
Why? You can use.
I want to use more.
You want me to go get more?
Yeah. No, I'm just look paint.
Well, good. That's what they're there for. And yes, for palettes, I use laminated paper plates. They're super cheap. You cut them in half. You can
super wasteful.
They're okay. Yes. The pros all use wet palettes these days. Not as good for something like this where you're doing a lot of stuff, and it keeps it moist, and the paints don't dry out.
I had it for a while.
I don't know what's happening there. I'll be right back.
Yeah, we got wake him up, Danny. Well, and I'm not an expert. Well, I'm not an expert, but let's see. I'm just okay. Okay. Let's see. You're welcome. Merry Christmas.
Happy Hanukkah.
Oh yeah.
It's fine. We have more. Okay. What are we doing with it?
I got an idea. Actually, it's kind of not the worst. It's actually a lip color I would 100% wear. 100%.
Okay. Take it to Macy's and have them color match it for you.
I know where to buy it, bro.
Okay.
I thought I'm not eating too much. My anecdotes aren't even that interesting.
Oh yeah, so there are a couple of different apps that are good for painting and looking at colors. Oh, that's true. We could look at there's an official Games Workshop app.
That's right.
But that's just going to tell you which other Games Workshop paints to use, which could be good. And then there's this app called ImpCat.
That's right. He mentioned
which people
it before.
use. I don't have.
I told him to remind me.
What?
I told him to remind me.
Okay. Did he remind you?
He just did.
Cool. So yeah, so the Citadel Color app is very useful.
You helped.
So here are all the different pinks, and then it shows you in the classic, so traditional paints, and then the contrast paints.
Oh, how to get to there?
Yes.
It shows you how to get to there.
More or less, yeah.
Do you have those too?
These?
Yeah.
That's not...
I know. Well, go back.
But
Go
see,
to
none
the
of these...
Go to the ImpCat.
I don't have it.
Download it.
All right.
What?
I'm just saying I don't have it. I don't have it yet.
Presently?
Presently. Oh, I don't want that one.
As long as he needs my... Oh, yes, it does. Vermilion, brilliant red. We'll just try that.
It's $3.50.
I'm going to buy it then.
No, I'm just... Like,
I want to buy it. I will use it.
Well, you can.
Don't you? You shouldn't.
Why not? I'm not logged in with anything that has a payment function. I don't buy apps ever. Because you can usually pirate them in one way or another.
They should be supporting the stream.
That's true. Okay, well, while we do that, we should talk about some recent news, because there is big Warhammer news. Are you gonna?
Yeah, I was asked if I was going to wake up at 4 in the morning, and that's not going to happen.
Well, thankfully, did you know that Rabid Wombat wakes up super early for these things? He has a little bit of help, though, because he's in a different time zone.
I didn't know that.
So it's a little bit of a help.
And I don't care.
That's fine.
We're getting there, brother.
Yeah, so there was a big thing this morning. I was disappointed, but I prepared myself for disappointment.
You knew that this wasn't going to be your announcement?
Yeah.
So why are you disappointed? What happened?
Well, the tease for this morning was that there was going to be Decadence, which, as we all know, refers to Slanesh-themed things. So that got us all hoping we were going to see new Noise Marines, new Emperor's Children crap, maybe the return of Fulgrim, our Primarch.
All these things I understand, yes.
and none of that happened.
Okay.
Literally none of that.
Okay.
It was just for fantasy. It is Slanesh related things.
Fantasy,
because, of course,
I see.
The Age of Sigmar fantasy
That's
game.
gotta suck.
But what is nice is that they announced they're previewing a bunch of models that look really cool. So I don't play that faction in fantasy yet. I might eventually, but the models look really great. I will show you.
Do you have a Scarlet Red?
I have Evil Sun's Scarlet.
I wonder what a little bit of white would do. Didn't we try that already?
I don't know what you tried. It looks like you tried everything.
Not everything.
I don't know. I thought
I'm actually well on my way here.
I guess I don't have another base regular red.
I'm not far away. Just so you know. Fart away, pink away. And that's a callback to people. So why? I guess they're just doing fantasy fan service right now.
Yeah, and they go back and forth with what they focus on. Black and mix. That's a mess. I guess that's the only red I have.
It's okay. I have a brilliant red. It's okay.
I've got to have another red though.
It just the MCAT thing said, "Oh, do this to make this," and Scarlet Red looks pink. So.
Yes. Do I have? Weird. Because I have painted red before. I don't know where my red paint is.
You have children.
I do have children. They might have it. First of all, look at these guys. And so there are a bunch of ladies in this.
Oh, cool.
Chaos team.
So why'd you say guys?
When did I say guys?
You said look at these guys.
Look at these creatures. Where are the other ladies?
Should I cut my hair like that?
Yes.
Are you showing people this or just
No.
capture it?
You make everything so difficult.
You are the one who was fucking so prepared. And you're completely unprepared.
Well, no, but I did that. It was easier to do it in StreamYard.
Oh.
I would have to make like a whole new source. I'll just grab a picture and then we can look at it that way.
Great.
Or I could give them the address.
I don't care. No, it's just include them.
I'm trying.
Yeah, not hard enough.
Everyone's a critic.
Yes. Including your mom.
My mom, who will be on my team
Just
tonight for trivia, bar trivia.
I love it.
The teams have been announced. So if you are looking to play tonight, go on and see if were added to a team. I don't know. Save as.
I think Andy needs one more.
Yes, but I don't know if that might have been filled already. Yeah, so today was mainly a lot of new model releases or previews for Age of Sigmar, the fantasy game. Mm-hmm. Including some.
But you
really,
had a feeling
really
it wasn't.
Cool
It wasn't going to be Warhammer. You had a feeling it was going to be fantasy.
Yeah. So yeah, that's a really cool new model. And then check this out. So Sigvald is a character from way back in fantasy. So that was the original model. And then here is the new model. It's pretty rad, right?
Move over. What's his face? What's the guy who got hit in the face with the pigeon?
Oh, Fabio.
Yeah. Whoa.
Remove. Takes me a minute. So here's it's going to take up the whole thing. Here's the glorious, magnificent Sigvald.
Look at that side swipe.
Oh yeah, it did the swipe. So this is rad.
He has no pants. Those are no pants.
He has pants.
Sawdust has no pants.
I see pants.
I see this pants.
I mean, it's armor that's very sculpted to his legs. But yeah, this model looks great. I don't know exact. What?
Open it.
Isn't okay? Did you shake it?
I don't think so.
You can hear it. 1, 2, 3. There we go. It's a little goopy.
Okay. It's just more a test.
Okay. Yeah, so people are already talking about how they're going to take this model and work it into other things and kit bash it.
How do you work it into other things, like in terms of what?
Well, I can show you because our good friend Zardoz actually already sent me something that somebody made up that looks like... Oh, where'd I put it? Oh, so many windows.
So many windows.
Oh, it doesn't like that. Zoop, that just goes nowhere.
Added as a
it looks like this.
needle source.
Boom.
What?
So essentially they photoshopped the top half of it onto this snaky winged body, but that is something that you could do, and
with fantasy.
Yeah, using fantasy models.
Because is there precedent for that in the game?
So the Emperor's Children, my dudes, they're Primarch. So okay, how much do you know about all of these Space Marine things that I'm saying?
And if
none is, that's fine.
I don't know what Primarch is.
Okay. Give me 1 second, and I will share this picture. 1, 2. Okay. In the beginning, the Emperor of Mankind, super powerful guy. He sets out to. It's sort of okay. So think of.
Use Lord of the Rings.
I'm trying. Well, I'm trying to think of Dune references.
Do Lord of the Rings, like Sauron
Watch.
and Saruman and.
Zoop. There you go. See, that's cool. Okay. In Warhammer 40,000, humankind You don't like your colors? It doesn't look like this.
I know it doesn't.
Okay.
We're working on it.
Do you want more color? You want all my paints?
No.
Okay. In the near future, not all the way into the
40K.
distant future.
Yeah.
Humanity expands out into the stars, colonizes a bunch of planets, and then everything goes dark. What happened? We don't hear from anybody. Colonies are lost. There's no communication. Aliens attack.
Oh no.
All this bad stuff happens. The vast human expansion has been stopped and lost, and there's a dark age for humanity. Now back on Earth, this dude called the Emperor, yes, the Long Night. Back on Earth, this dude called the Emperor, it's the only name we know him by,
Okay.
until a new book that just recently came out that has tons of crazy retcons for the entire series. Anyway, this dude comes to power on Earth, and he starts beating up every other warlord on Earth, every country, and he takes control over the entire planet. He unifies, the war for unification, he unifies all of, well, it's Terra at that point. Okay, and this is the Emperor. The Emperor he's a god, but don't call him a god because he doesn't like that.
But everyone worships him anyway.
Yes, he is by far the most powerful psychic being humanity has ever produced. Arguably other races as well. He's immortal in one way or another. He's a perpetual, which means you can possibly die, but then you come back to life. It's complicated.
How does he come to be?
That's a very good question, and we don't know. There are some conflicting reports. There's one really, really silly version that on ancient Earth, there were a bunch of shamans, and they all gave their power and their life so that this one could have all of their power combined.
Well, that's kind of cool,
and live
actually.
Forever. Yeah, but it's fine.
It's unlikely?
It's unlikely, but it's fine. He's Jesus. He's so many things rolled into one. But anyway, the Emperor, he unifies humanity on Terra.
Okay.
And then he says, but this isn't good enough. I need to unify all humans everywhere, bring them under my control so I can usher them into a glorious future. And this is where Dune steals a whole bunch of stuff from Warhammer.
Got it.
With the God
You mean
Emperor.
Warhammer steals it?
Dune stole from Warhammer.
No.
Thank you for the follow.
Warhammer isn't that old.
I'm sorry. Warhammer stole from Dune.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. I think I said
I was right.
twice.
He was wrong.
I think I said it the wrong way twice.
You did.
Even to reinforce what I had said wrong already.
Welcome
Yes.
to the channel.
Yes, Warhammer stole from Dune. The whole God Emperor
We're
business.
so close. Look at how let's go so close.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Keep going. You're close. You're almost there. But you got to remember how you made it.
I know how I made it.
Okay, that's good. So I'm going to give you, these aren't spoilers, but they're just clarifications that we learned in the latest book that came out. So there were these other perpetuals on Earth, these other immortal beings. They've been around for a long time, as you might expect from immortal beings. And none of them really wanted to do what the Emperor was doing. They didn't really agree with his plans for conquest. So they abandoned him, and he was sad.
Oh.
So he set about making his own versions. Basically, the Emperor
Versions?
Yes, actually. Well, depending on how you look at it. So the Emperor needed two things. He needed an army to go out and conquer all the other planets and get humanity back in power.
Okay.
And he needed generals for those armies.
Okay.
So what did he do?
That lady is so hot.
Adam Eve? She's pretty great. She's from the Invincible comic book.
That's unreasonable, though. Look at her ribs.
Well, of course. It's a comic book. Now, it is interesting, slight tangent. In the in the Invincible comic book, at one point, Adam Eve suffers a terrible tragedy. Well, several.
She loses her ability to...
One of the effects it has on her is she doesn't keep up with her exercise and things like that, and she actually gets very heavy. For a long period of time in the comic book, she's heavy.
Nice. Is she still sexy?
Yeah.
Or do they make fun of her?
No. I mean, some people would bring it up just because it was a change from what she looked like originally. But then by the end, she looked more like this again.
Cool, because that's the ideal for a woman.
Forever. But it was interesting. It was nice to see that there was, people change and other things happen.
Like Thor. He was worthy.
Yes, he was still worthy. He still had it deep within him. Anyway, so the Emperor gets together with a couple of other entities that are around, which gets even more complicated. But he creates these things, these Space Marines. Bam! So Space Marines are transhuman. So they are human beings, cut open. They stick a bunch of extra organs inside of them, mentally indoctrinate them to know how to do tactics, how to fight, all this other crap. It's like Neo in the Matrix movie, like he knows Kung Fu. They plant stuff inside.
Space Emperor, wait.
Yep.
Your people are what? God Emperor. Your people are your Space Marines.
Space Marines.
That's who you like.
Yes. Yes.
And Space Marines are the uploaded
humans.
What was the original army he had? Or he didn't have an army? This is the army he created.
Okay, another good question. So the Emperor did create an army first to conquer Earth.
Okay.
And he did a similar process. He made the prototypes for Space Marines called Thunder Warriors.
It's too much.
It's way too much. I mean, this is lore that's been going on for more than 30 years.
Fantastic.
It's crazy. So first the Emperor made Thunder Warriors. They were even bigger than Space Marines, but they were like iPhones. They had planned obsolescence. And as soon as the war for unity was done, he's like, okay, die now, because I'm going to have my Space Marines. It's very sad.
That's sad.
A few of them survived a little bit longer. It's crazy.
Which one did it? I do. You're right. I forgot. It's okay.
This is why mixing paints drives me crazy, because I need to write it down to remember how I got.
I'm gonna get there, but
okay.
We're just still so far from neon. Well, look, it's like. Hold on.
I don't know.
It's okay.
It's okay. All right. So Space Marines. We make these Space Marine dudes, but they need a little something more. Because yes, we can genetically modify, we can add organs, but there's something else they need. They need that spark in their DNA.
Okay.
They need gene seed. That sweet, delicious gene seed. And this ties it into the generals of the armies. So the Emperor then, using science, technology, and a little bit of magic.
Uh-oh. Ruh-roh.
Now we're getting into some forbidden stuff here. He makes the Primarchs. Now the Primarchs are to Space Marines what Space Marines are to normal humans. They're much bigger, much tougher, faster, smarter, advanced.
Primarchs. Okay.
Yes. So he makes 20 Primarchs.
Uh-oh.
Just 20 of them.
Uh-oh.
They're in test tubes. They're growing. Everything looks good. And tragedy strikes.
Tragedy?
Tragedy strikes. Now, again, these are going to be the generals of all the armies. He takes the DNA from each one of these Primarchs and implants it into... It looks just like it. Mud Batman. So each army, each legion of Space Marines actually has the DNA of its Primarch. Ooh. So they all look a little bit like the Primarch. Mm. They have a little bit of the same temperament, which doesn't make sense for DNA, but whatever.
Well,
it's fine.
We're learning about.
It's fine.
There's some genetic studies that prove otherwise.
It's fine. So tragedy happens, and the 20 pods that have the Primarchs in them, they disappear. They're gone. They vanish.
What happened?
And they are scattered across the universe.
What happened?
Well, what happened as far as what we knew in the lore for 30 years until 2 months ago, or what we know now?
Both.
Because there are massive spoilers in the latest Horus Heresy novel as to what exactly happened.
Spoilers or just info?
Retcon on an epic scale.
Wow.
But these are all of these are like ancient bits of lore that have never really been explained until the novels are now going into the detail about them. Mm-hmm. So,
okay, I'm gonna take a new approach. Can I have another piece of?
Yes. But yes, for more than 30 years, the running assumption was that the powers of chaos were worried about what the Emperor was doing. What?
These are the same people.
Yeah. You can, yeah.
Just give me a
Oh
moment.
yeah, and you have something.
Yeah, I'm gonna do some stuff.
Sure.
Oh.
Go for it. No, that's fine. Yeah,
Are these
yes,
the same guys?
That's,
Okay.
that's all the same. It's all the same. Okay. So the prevailing theory was that the powers of chaos, seeing the Emperor come into power and creating the Space Marines and the Primarchs, was worried about what he was doing, stole these Primarchs and just spat them out across the universe, the galaxy. Okay. Emperor sad, my babies, my tools of war are gone. So he still has his Space Marine legions that were made from those Primarchs. So it's like, well, I'm still gonna go out and fight my battles. I just don't have my boys. Yeah, and they are all boys for dumb reasons, which we can talk about another time.
Genetics.
Yeah, exactly.
And we learned in 2 years that they're part of eugenics.
There's a lot of eugenics in Warhammer.
Is there?
Oh, dude, totally. Anyway, so the fleets go out and they start the crusade to make the galaxy great again. They have all these victories. The Space Marine legions are kicking butt, and one by one, they find the Primarchs.
That's cool. They're on a journey.
They pick them up from planet to planet. In some cases, it's all really silly. But yes, they find these Primarchs. Sometimes the Emperor senses them with his psychic powers,
like you do.
And then they show up. Sometimes they just randomly run across them. But one by one, they pick up all 20 of the Primarchs.
Whoa!
And the Emperor welcomes them with open arms, usually, and brings them back into the fold.
Depending on if they still...
Usually. Some more gracious than others. Some, like Magnus, who was also a very powerful psyker, he already sensed the Emperor out there and was waiting for him and knew what was going to happen.
So he was wanted to come back into the
world. Some more martial Primarchs, the Emperor would show up and explain things, and the Primarch would be like, I don't trust you, fight me for it, and then, they'd fight, and the Emperor, of course, can beat anybody. And so one by one, they all come back into the fold. The Emperor teaches them everything they need to know, reunites them with their legion, and then says, you're in charge, go fight for me. And they all do, for the most part. Yes. Yeah, Rob Vegas. So Rob Vegas is talking about, so the 20th Legion is the Alpha Legion.
Okay.
And they are one of the more or most interesting legions. Every legion has its own specific character, along with the Primarch. I'm trying to figure out where I want to go with this so that I don't just talk for 5 more hours. But so the end result is there are all these crusades happening to fight aliens, bring back humans, or just murder humans if they don't join willingly. Okay. Because that's also a big part of what happens. Early on in this process, 2 Primarchs, something bad happens. We don't know exactly what it is. But even by the time of any of the stories we read about, 2 of the Primarchs and their legions have been stricken from the records. We don't know their names. We don't know where they came from. We don't know their colors. We don't know anything about them. Nobody's even allowed to mention them.
Got it. So it's story.
The statues have been destroyed. Yeah. Now, it's also a backdoor for number 1, Games Workshop, to potentially reintroduce them sometime later. Mm-hmm. Number 2, for story purposes, because you can make your own Space Marines that are based on one of those legions.
Oh, that's cool.
Potentially. You'd have to do a lot of story, but it's fine. But yes, you could do that. So 2 of them are gone, so we're left with 18. Now, at the time of the Horus Heresy, the Chaos Gods, they're mad. They're not mad. They're hungry. They're horny. They want to take over the universe. Aren't we all? Well, that's a pretty good description of humanity in general. Fully half of the Primarchs fall to chaos. 9 of them. Because remember, we're dealing with 18 at this point. So 9 of them join up with chaos. Like, yeah, this sounds good. For various reasons. Some of them join for power. Some of them join for knowledge. Some of them join just to fuck around. Some of them, the loyalists have already given up on them, so they can't stay behind. They can't stay loyal anymore. It's complicated. half of them leave, and then there's a civil war between them, and so on and so forth. So that is where we get the Chaos Space Marines, the Chaos Legions, the Traitor Legions. And one of those is the Emperor's Children, who I really like.
Oh, so you are not with the Emperor.
Well, I have 2 armies. So one of my armies is, one of my armies isn't.
So you could technically play against yourself, even though you could technically...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I got it. Okay.
And again, and every 2 armies can play against themselves.
That is a clarification I needed.
Sure.
Because I would have assumed that... So they say that they're the God Emperor, but they are against him.
The Emperor's Children.
The Emperor's Children, yeah.
Yes. So the Emperor's Children are really are fun in that way because way back during the Crusade, the Emperor's Children were so good, they were so perfect that the Emperor honored them. They had a previous name before that, but he was like, you guys are so great, you can be called the Emperor's Children.
And they betrayed him like all children do.
Right? And then they even got, I don't have any of them with me, but their sign is the wings, the Aquila, the Emperor's sign. So they were the first ones to wear his sign. Their battle cry was for the Emperor. So yeah, so even after they turned traitor,
they still say these things.
They still say for the Emperor when they go into battle.
In order to kill him, though.
Yeah,
so
just to screw with them.
I love it.
It's pretty great.
Oh, that's so sad. Their daddy.
Everything I'm talking about, everything in Warhammer is all about daddy issues.
No wonder it's all men.
From like the very beginning, it's all daddy issues. Yeah, exactly, Rob Vegas. It's just every time they say it, it's just...
Well, that's interesting. Fun. I would not have realized that. Yeah. Okay.
So the Legion itself was all about perfection, martial perfection, also being beautiful. Okay. So Fulgrim... I like to say, are children in here? Okay, good. No children in the house right now. So they always say that that Sanguinius was the most beautiful Primarch, but Fulgrim was definitely the most fuckable Primarch. There is a difference. He's the sexiest Primarch.
I got it. Like Ayub.
Yeah, exactly. Right? So Fulgrim fell hard for the specific chaos god Slaanesh, who's all about experiencing things and excess of things and perfection and going far and beyond, and sex and drugs and rock and roll. Yeah, literally.
Got it.
So that's why he's
So why
awesome.
does that Legion call to you? You weirdo.
I mean, that's part of it. I like there are lots of reasons why.
Oh my god. You're so close.
So close. I always found the stories really interesting. I like the characters. I like the idea that you can strive for perfection so hard that
only to fail.
Yeah, that the fall can be so dramatic.
Do you like that in most of your storytelling? Because if you were to like,
it definitely shows up a lot.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you hold bones up to other bones for other stories you like, they tend to reflect each other, and that tells you like what kind of storyteller you are.
Yeah. And yeah, there are some just really neat characters in the Emperor's Children storylines, both good and bad ones. Because there were. Even among the Emperor's Children, there were characters who were noble and who rebelled against what Fulgrim and the other ones were doing. So yeah.
How much spy is happening too, especially within that Legion?
Like spying?
Like, are guys like, I'm going to pretend to be a God Emperor child? And
the Alpha Legion are the only ones who actually do stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah. So like I said, every legion and then chapter, depending on if they were good or bad, has a very distinct style to it. And you get things like the Ultramarines, who are the the poster boys for everything in Warhammer, and they're very by the book, sir. They literally have a book, and everything is organized, and yeah. And their Primarch, Robert Gilliman, he wrote the book, and until recently, he's loosened up a little bit recently, but for 10,000 years, he's been, very, very strict about everything. But the 20th Legion, the Alpha Legion, they were the spies, the saboteurs, always purposefully doing things to be underestimated.
Is this the one with the Primarchs that we lost that we don't talk about?
No. But it's interesting that the 20th Legion, the Alpha Legion, they didn't just have one Primarch, they had twins.
What?
Alfarius and Omegon, Alpha and Omega. And they're also the Legion that every one of their Space Marines, if they don't already genetically look exactly like their Primarch, they're surgically altered so they all look exactly the same.
The front door.
And they're all mentally conditioned to believe that they are Alfarius.
No.
So
actually him? Or like...
Yes.
Why?
Because it's happened before that Alfarius, the Primarch, has been killed, and then somebody else pops out and says, nope, I'm Alfarius, and just takes over, and they just continue on as normal. And
why?
We never know. Just because they're all about confusion and lying and trickery. So we never really know. We sort of know. The real Alfarius was killed by Dorn, but maybe not. And they go back and forth between who they fight for and why. Which is kind of a cool story thing, because a lot of people talk about how, even in 40k right now, the Alpha Legion have been traitors, bad guys, for more than 10,000 years, but at any moment they could reveal that they're actually for the Emperor and the Imperium and come back. Because that would be
just like
would be just like them, yes. So yeah, Alpha Legion are cool. And like I said, they often do dress up as other Marines, take on the colors and things like that, so they can infiltrate and mess with other people.
Does this one, which one did I use? This one,
There's so many paints around.
I know.
I'm sorry, I don't know.
No, it's okay.
All I can tell you is that this was...
Don't get choked up. It's fine.
Sorry, I get so excited. Pete asked, did they ever address what happened to the two missing legions? No. They've given us a lot of hints. Yeah, other than they got wiped out. There have even been scenes, literally in the Horus Heresy novels. Gilliman is sitting down with... Was it Gilliman or was it Dorn? It's one of the two serious ones. But they were sitting around with Malkador, and they're reminiscing about the good old days when things used to be simpler. And they're talking about how... Oh, Dorn, okay. Yeah, and he's like, yeah, and, you know... It was so great, and with our two, and like it's he's about to say it, and Malkador's like, nope.
The two guys that are missing.
We don't even say the names. We don't talk about it.
Is there any allusion to who they could possibly be? Is it possible that they are like part of someone else's army, or like what's your theory? Or
I mean, my theory is that they purposely left blanks in the lore for something else later. Now there are, in the very early lore of Warhammer, so if you go way back to the late 80s, I think at one point they wrote something about it, but that's long since been retconned and removed. Right. So yes, in current Warhammer lore, they are complete blanks. We know nothing about them other than that something bad happened and they were removed from yes, as Rabid Wombat, some people like to say that this could be how we get female Space Marines, that maybe those were the lady Primarchs.
That's why they don't
talk about them. Right, we don't talk about them. They're I don't want to say it, but no, I was going to say they're in the kitchen. They've been in the kitchen this whole time cooking for the rest of the
That's
Space
your
Marines.
problem. That's your misogyny coming out.
Oh, yes, I'm so misogynist. Or Legion of Squats. That would be awesome.
Unlikely though, right?
Impossible. But yes, there are lots of jokes that people like to ascribe to those legions.
Do losers say that?
Right, I know. So we were talking about Fulgrim. So Fulgrim not only was a Primarch, so he's already 8 feet tall, super fast. He's one of the best swordsmen among the Primarchs. It's arguable. Russ could probably beat him in a fight. The model certainly could. But after he fell to... Yeah, he's almost perfect. He's so close to being perfect. But after he fell to Chaos and worshipped Slaanesh, he became a demon Primarch. He ascended to demonhood and then became a gigantic snaky creature with an upper body that's humanoid with at least 4 arms, often wielding a bunch of weapons and being snake-like.
Thus,
sort of,
that character.
Thus that.
So,
Well,
question, how
yes.
much time travel is in this world?
Some.
Could your God Emperor children be boys go back into time? Does that work? Like, could you play one of your legions in fantasy?
Oh, in fantasy? No, but you could take an army in fantasy and paint and decorate them as, something else.
Yeah, but there's like no precedent in the storytelling.
Not like that, no. Yeah, there's time travel within the 40k universe.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit.
But they don't go backwards. Not like towards the...
Yeah, right. And technically Warhammer Fantasy or Age of Sigmar and Warhammer 40k they're not in the same universe. Even though the gods are both the same and some of the characters are the same, but it's not the same. We got to keep our chocolate and our peanut butter separate.
You don't like to do that.
I don't, but Games Workshop does. I think so. They just have the freedom in case they want to kill something there or switch it off there, and who knows.
How much do they...
Right, in the... Yeah. Yes.
How much do they, like, test features or, like, see if, like, how much do they release stuff without knowing how it's going to be received? Or like, are they doing things because they know the audience wants it? Like, how much are they focused on that kind of stuff?
I mean, after this much time, they're pretty dialed in to what people... But that's not to say that they always give the people what they want. But I think Games Workshop knows what people want.
I see. So they know how to hold out, too.
Yes. And tease things over and over again. Like, the big new addition last year was... So we have Sisters of Battle, which is a whole other thing we can talk about at some point, which are the lady warriors of the Imperium. And they hadn't had models in a very long time, new models. So if you wanted to build an army, you either had to go buy these very expensive, very difficult to use metal models, or find some old ones that people were getting rid of. And then last year, Games Workshop introduced a whole new line of them in plastic, which was huge. And that was definitely things that people wanted for a very long time. They sold very well, and they're cool. Fix this for you so he doesn't pop out.
Thanks, Dad.
Yeah, no problem. I do recommend these. They're very good. They also made these in red for orcs.
Because you pay faster.
I guess for Christmas, whatever. But yeah, the orcs, people loved it. And they also sold these in like packs of 10, which is just ridiculous. Because it's silly.
So you can have multiple though, like just
there. So if you were batch painting
doing a bunch,
squad,
yeah.
There's also an extra large version,
Which
for
where
large
does that one
models,
go?
And then there's also one with little arms on it,
Depending on how you like to get tickled.
Pincer, yeah, that's true. Yes. How's it going over there?
We just need to get it pink. We need to order a pink that we like.
I know that's.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Go to Amazon and look up Reeves.
Reeves.
Reeve.
Reeves.
Paintings.
Reeves paintings.
Paints. Hot pink. Reeves. Hot pink. See if they have it.
Hot pink. Zardoz had recommended a paint line. What was the name of it? Whoa. What is
that?
I don't know.
What?
I don't know why that showed up there, but that's interesting.
Wow.
I'm getting a lot of interesting
Look up hot pink paints. Hot pink acrylic
okay,
paints.
add paints to the all right.
Oh my god.
I don't know. No. White.
You can take Reeves out. and find some like someone else's.
Just do acrylic.
Yeah.
Acrylic.
You guys don't even want to know.
There was definitely not
What we were
TOS.
You could say that.
I guess you could say it. Folk art. That's cheap stuff that people use for things.
Yeah, I would say that's good.
I'm not saying it's bad.
Oh,
I'm
so
just saying
the basics isn't bad. That's a pretty good.
Basics?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not my favorite, but it certainly would work.
So we have folk art. We have Liquitex basics. That doesn't look right.
No, that's really hot.
That's red.
It's also hard to tell.
Montmartre premium pouring acrylic paint. Rust-Oleum.
Funny.
People use that for primer. People will try anything on miniatures. They will use automotive paints.
What?
All sorts of random.
Well, that's why I brought mine. You know, like
yeah. Because anything. I've seen a lot of like pro level painters recently. Use a lot of oils.
Why?
Not on the base models, but once the model's painted, to do wear and tear and stuff like that. But that's like a whole other.
That's commitment.
Yeah. Yes. So one day we'll add other techniques and things. How's it going?
It was so sad.
Can I?
Yeah, you could take it.
I just want to look. It's pink.
It's not a good pink. I'm going to try one more thing.
Okay. I'm impressed you were able to make that color with all of that stuff. I couldn't do that.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not like I know exactly what I'm doing either.
Right, but this is what you were talking about. The fact that you can take lots of different colors and make a new color out of it.
Yeah.
Should I make it focus? And focus.
Focus. Hey, focus. Right here.
There you go.
Thank you.
Yeah, so the only actual Warhammer 40k news we got today are for books that are coming out. And books are good. There's a new War Zone coming out, the Caradon. So, for a while now, Games Workshop has been obsessed with coming up with silly names for things so that they can own the names.
Oh, got it, sure.
But inevitably, they keep coming out with names that are very similar to other names they've used. So the new War Zone is Caradon, not Caradron, like the dwarves I play in Age of Sigmar, but Caradon. Not Carcharodons, the Space Marines, but War Zone Caradon. So yeah, so it's just basically a map of a new area of space where people are fighting.
Oh, that's cool.
And then they give you little rules additions for a bunch of different armies.
So my problem is, and this is with Dune too. Let's take our current political climate into context with that.
Okay.
How on earth, literally on earth, could you unify one entire planet?
Oh yeah, it's a really good question. Yeah, I think the only there's the Dune and Warhammer theory of how to do that. And that's might is right. And you need the strongest
army.
You need the strongest mind with the strongest army to just take over.
Got it. Yeah.
And you need a
tyrannical
creed. Yeah, you need you basically need a religion to go along with your overpowering force.
Okay.
To do it. Or you look at something that's a little bit more of an optimistic utopian future like Star Trek, where because of advances in technology, you advance technology to the point where people don't have to suffer in their daily lives and can think of higher, more idealistic things like let's all work together as a planet, let's look to the stars, things like that. Although in First Contact, they kind of changed that too. And in that one, it wasn't so much the idea of everybody just working together. It was kind of the opposite. It was that Earth is in such dire straits. Everybody's fighting against each other. Nobody trusts anybody. But when you are at once exposed to, oh my god, the universe is so much bigger than we thought. There are other people out there. We need to get together and have a unified.
That would never happen, though. I guess that's what I mean. Is like look at the
Not
climate that we have right now, and it's so out of control.
Yeah. Oh, Zardoz, good luck. I'm sure your game is going to be awesome tonight.
Have fun, browser. Thanks for the help.
Yeah. But yeah, those are sort of generally the two different versions. So we've got Warzone Caradon. We have a new Crusade mission pack to go along with it. And again, that just gives you more actual mission game setup. So like, play this game where your armies start on the side and you have to do this, and which is good to give you more options.
Stop that kid from putting everything on the edge of the.
Yep. And then we know what the next two big codexes are. So the new armies that are going to get all new rules. Well, it's sort of 1.5. The Drukhari, the Dark Elves, are next. The Dark Elves.
Did they need stuff for a while, or?
Well, so the new edition came out this year. So now every single army needs a new codex.
Oh, okay.
And it's just everybody's just waiting. Is my army going to be next? Because a lot of the armies are not really great until their codex comes out. But
why did they make it wait?
Because they can't do them all at once.
Why send out a new? Okay.
They did do updates that were downloadable online that changed and updated, points and things like that. But essentially, for the most part, you're stuck with things from the last edition until you get the new book. But remember too, though, that this edition is sort of like an 8.5 more than a totally new edition.
Right.
So it still works. But yes, the Drukhari, the Dark Eldar are getting, from what they talked about this morning, some pretty cool stuff. They're revamping the army a little bit to be, as Rabid Wombat pointed out, it's definitely a glass cannon army. Their weapons are going to be high damage, but they're going to be fairly weak when you hit them. So run around, shoot.
It's better.
It's better? Okay. You can paint
I don't.
the
No,
rest
I
of
don't.
them.
No. I just.
Okay.
Listen, I'm ruining your people.
I mean, it's fine. We can paint over them.
Yeah, eventually we're gonna have to. Well, it's too wet.
Oh, okay. Well, he has legs and backpack and
Relax.
helmet.
I'm doing something specific.
Okay. So the Drukhari are coming. It's going to be great. And then the Dark Angels. So one of the Space Marine Legions, now a chapter. They're very secretive. Shh.
So why are you talking?
They don't talk about their stuff to other people. Okay. So the Dark Angels, like we talked about.
Who would talk to anybody about their stuff if they're enemies?
Well, everybody's enemies of everybody else.
Well, why would you tell anybody then? So why are they unusual in that?
They are unusual. Builder says, which side are the good guys?
There aren't.
In Warhammer 40,000, there are shades, but there are no good guys. So the Dark Angels come from a world where it's essentially, it was a permanent Dark Ages, like Dark Ages of Earth.
Okay.
And it was a feudal society, a world of forests.
Beautiful.
And monsters living in the forests. Giant beasts. What is flying around me? And knights that have these like Templar orders of very secretive things that they do, and all these ranks and all that kind of garbage. So the Primarch who lands there, because again, Primarchs land on all these planets, they name him there Lion L. Johnson.
No, that is so dumb. Why?
Oh, it gets better. Worse. There was a British poet whose name was Lionel Johnson. That's
who
the original
named
Warhammer people named. Yeah.
Oh,
and there's even more connections between the two. We don't need to talk about it now. But yeah, so Lion L. Johnson takes over, and this is generally what happens. So Primarchs landed on a planet as babies. They come out of their little pod, like, I'm a baby.
Kind of like Spock when he gets regenerated.
Yeah. And they're super tough, and they're super smart, even as babies. And within a span of years, they end up just taking over their whole planet. Most of the Primarchs do that. Not all of them.
No, it's pretty cool, though.
Yeah. So Lionel Johnson, he has all of these knights from that planet, A lot of them are turned into Space Marines to go with him once he becomes the Primarch of the Legion. But yes, they're all about secrecy. They have all of these little... Even in the Dark Angels army, it's broken out into all these other little mini armies that do different things, and some of them talk to each other more or less. And there are some helpers that the Dark Angels have on their planet that they don't talk about with outsiders because they don't know, not even the Dark Angels know exactly who they are. They're sort of like spirits of the planet, and they might be aliens, they might be chaos things, nobody really knows. They use technology from other places that they're not really supposed to do. And they've had straight up traitors leave and go do other bad stuff. And so the Dark Angels are constantly, perpetually worried that those other people are going to go and rat them out. So much so that the Dark Angels will be sent by the Emperor to go and fight somewhere. And if they even hear of one of these causes called the Fallen on another planet, they'll just abandon whatever they're supposed to be doing and go after that one guy.
Whoa.
It happens. It
Paranoia.
has super paranoid, super not trusting of anybody else, and those are the Dark Angels. Oompa Loompas, yeah, the the little creatures. Yes, and as Rabbit Wombat says, yeah, a lot of the armies need some help against the Space Marines now that they all have 2 wounds. The Lionel Johnson, he was thought to have died way back when, but he didn't die. They kept him alive in stasis underneath their fortress that still exists as part of a planet that's blown up, that's floating around in space. It's dumb, but it's the thing. There are also rumors that people have been talking about that it's not actually the Lion, that it might be Luther instead. It's a mess.
God, that is so funny.
I know, right? But yes, the Lion is another one of these Primarchs who could come back in 40k. He just finally got a model for 30k. It's been a very long time. They've been waiting.
Okay, so far,
yes. Yeah, what do we got?
the closest we've gotten is using this brilliant red.
Brilliant Red. Is that the name of it?
Yes,
Cool.
quite literally. And getting the white to a nice pink.
Okay.
What just happened?
Andy Campbell subscribing 5 months. Thank you so much. My good friend, Andy Campbell. Well, you get out of here.
You pick him over me?
You have to ask. Thank you so much, Andy. Welcome.
I'll leave.
Okay, so you're saying brilliant red and white.
So we're gonna do this together.
Okay. I'm gonna move Batman so he doesn't fall down. Ugh.
White, brilliant red,
Okay.
white, brilliant red. And so we're gonna see how those two mix.
Ugh, that's a creepy emote. What is the
your
white?
baby?
What is the white called? Is it just called white?
Might not be. It might be something else.
Where is it? Titanium white.
Yeah, titanium white. Okay, so that's a pretty straight. You guys ready to kick butt?
Which one? Trivia tonight is going to be so great.
This one is not a bad pink.
Okay, and it's just red and white.
It's just brilliant red.
Okay.
And white.
Okay.
No, we just need to be exact.
Sure. Yeah.
So.
No, I'm just laughing because it seemed like last time you said, yeah, to make pink, you just do red and white, and then you've done all of these other color combinations.
I'm trying to see how much.
Yeah. No, it would just be funny if that was in the end. Like that's
honestly,
the only thing
I laughed at myself
okay.
like 20 minutes ago because I was like, I've been a try hard.
Got it.
Kind of, because there's nuance in this pink. So
yes,
if I were to add a little bit more blue, we would get the light here. Andy, how do you make a hot pink with primary colors?
Yes, we need help from all the artists we can get our hands on.
He literally went to school for that.
That's true.
Okay, so this is a nice. I don't think this is not pastel.
Okay.
This is nice and hot.
Okay.
My thing is now. What?
Add hot.
Okay, go. Great.
Super helpful. Add Batman.
Yeah, seriously. I don't think I could ever get down on a Robert Pattinson Batman. I just don't think so.
Really?
Christian Bale's my dude.
Ooh.
I mean, Michael Keaton too, but Okay, so
because you see him in other roles or in.
I just don't even see him as Batman.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm just not on it. Okay, I'm adding a little bit more before I add anything else. What?
So we haven't talked. We discussed briefly about priming in different colors, which will change potentially what you paint over it. Can. So I want to get the name right. Fritz Bits.
So what's really
painting them in
I don't know if it's
priming
funny.
in yellow.
You know how people say what's funny, like just because they want people to pay attention to them.
Sure.
This is not funny. I did put yellow down on this one first.
Yeah, there's yellow.
And tried to do layers. But I wonder, since you're right, since it's so yellow, you need to put a lot of yellow down on in multiple layers in order to make yellow actually present, and that's why it's good to start with like a white if you wanted yellow. You know, ooh, Scotty baby. Ooh. So I took out some of the extra white, and now
so less white, more brilliant red.
So we're
brilliant.
We're getting closer.
Yeah, Andy says red and white, and maybe a touch of purple.
Yeah, I think that's where we're at now. Yellow to pink will make it lighter and more peach. So that's what we don't want. Okay, great. We looked at a thing that said magenta and yellow, but we don't want that. So stop
blue or
adding.
Violet should make it more vibrant.
I'm thinking I'll put in.
Take off my yellow.
I have literally violet here, so I think we're gonna throw in violet next.
Okay.
And we're gonna keep this really.
You're Violet.
Yeah. Violet, you're turning violet.
We just watched those with the kids.
Oh, what a fun! I want to watch I want to do a community Jumanji. I know. So here's the thing.
Yeah.
It's This is where we're at right now, and it's still red-ish, right? So then it is time for blue.
Okay.
We're gonna try violet now.
Okay, try violet.
Because this is taking we took it away from extra with the lighter.
Right.
Violet, you're turning violet. Let's just puke. No, it's not that bad. It's not that bad.
No, it's fine. These were very early tests.
Okay.
And again, at that point, I didn't know about any mixing, so this is just primed it black, painted the pink over it. That's all it was.
I see the red door and I want to paint it black.
Yes. Andy says color mixing is an ordeal. It can get out of control.
Okay, great. I feel
we've
vindicated.
We've gone through several palettes.
Not begrudgingly.
No, of course not. We've been learning. It's all about the journey, the experience. So Dark Angels. Dark Angels are happening. And Dark Angels get a bunch of like really unique little things and rules and stuff. They're goofballs. I have friends who play Dark Angels.
Are they really your friends?
I thought you were gonna say, do I have friends?
Do you have friends?
Maybe not. We got some new Necromunda stuff preview today. There's a new Treant. We got what's his face?
Oh, they have
Treebeard. Ents. What did I say? Oh, I'm thinking D&D. So Games Workshop also makes a Hobbit Lord of the Rings game.
Cool. Okay,
yes.
I thought they were stealing another thing. Okay.
They do that also.
Okay.
They have tree men in some of their fantasy things. Oh, Erdinsk, thank you very much. I appreciate you being my friend. If I have no other friends.
Erdinsk is my friend, though.
Erdinsk is everybody's friend.
Well, you're a little slut.
But this is pretty cool though, because this new Treebeard model is plastic.
Very cool.
Not
so
a
cool.
resin
It's so cool. It's so cool. Everything we're talking about today is cool.
And they've made new versions of Merry and Pippin.
No!
Well, wait. They're a little bit bigger because they've been drinking the end draft.
So cute. That's actually cute.
Right?
That is pretty cute.
And that's what happens. They drink it and they grow a little bit taller.
Not Mary, but the other one. No, yeah, I meant Mary. The blonder guy who's on Lost.
Okay.
He was in the audience for one of the last shows that Eddie Izzard did here last year. And my brother's like, "Oh, hey, did he invite?" Like my brother just started talking to him like he was told, and I was like, "I can't. Okay, bye." My brother I couldn't handle it. I mean, I just didn't want to seem. I didn't want to seem fanny, and my brother was like, "You seemed fanny by leaving." Like
you just ran away.
I was like, "We didn't just want to bother you," because he was like hanging back.
Sure. Yeah, that makes sense.
But he was so down to talk.
No, well, you should have talked to him.
I flipped. I couldn't handle it.
He seems like a good dude.
He's totally nice. There's a great, based off of nothing, right? Because
Sure.
we don't know them. There's a fun. I got down a hole on YouTube once about Lord of the Rings, and it was Elijah Wood couldn't see who was interviewing him, but it was remote from Germany.
Okay.
And he was in New York, and so this German person was interviewing him, but it was that guy. And it's like, so you are gay, like, or something like that, and like took him 10 minutes to realize this was a
who
joke.
it was.
So do you see those wings?
Yes.
That's what we want. Look at that red and the purple and the hot pink. It's cool.
Okay, so how do we get it?
You have to order it because we're not gonna get there.
Yes. Then we get those. Yeah, and then a few different units of Slaanesh warriors for Age of Sigmar. That's what we got previewed today, and it's fine.
Okay, it's fine. I threw the violet in.
Yeah, Dominic Monaghan, something like
that.
Yeah.
I threw ultramarine in this time.
Ooh, interesting. Throw it in there.
But I put it in before the white.
Does that?
I think that way it can control.
Oh, so you can see how much you're adding.
Yeah.
And what color it's changing.
Instead of going too far without it.
Don't go too far.
Don't stop me now. I'm having such a good time.
We should talk about. We mentioned this briefly last week, but when it's holiday season, Games Workshop comes out with these things called Battle Force boxes. So for a given army, you get a whole bunch of units. It's not necessarily something you can play as an army right out of the box, but usually they're a good start or a good amount of things to add to an army that you have started. And I will point you to none other than Zardoz, who did a intense amount of research and cross-checking to do breakdowns of every single battle box, what the value is of the models if you were to buy them all individually.
Whoa, are you serious?
How you could play them. Could you make a starting army with them, or what else you would need? Yeah, it's pretty great. It's pretty awesome. So I highly recommend you go check that out. Let me get the link. Chicken. Let me get the link. Link.
I would listen. It's very nice of you to say that, Eridinsk. It's so not true. Just like my music.
You're a journeyman mixologist.
Ooh, sure. I'll take that. I can put that on my resume.
Cool.
I don't know who. I think it came up in chat yesterday. It like motivation meets vision meets. And then the in between stuff is not. I trust that will figure itself out. Like my capabilities itself will get me to the vision that I have.
Okay, so like the B and the C. Well, you know A.
I know, and I know Z.
You know, right? But it's the stuff in the middle that.
And I think improv has helped me define that as well.
I would imagine.
And yeah, that doesn't mean there isn't roadmaps, but like it does make a good producer is actually just someone who could plan for problems and deal with the problems that they couldn't anticipate. Also.
I believe that.
Yeah, and there's all sorts of different ways you can look at it, but we're on. Oh God, we're not anywhere near.
We're not anywhere near.
Well, this red still has too much red, but the more blue I put in, the less it looks like what we need it to look like.
I don't know. Like you said, I think we just need to buy the color that we need. There are new pre-orders today, but I don't think there's a lot up for pre-order. Oh, and then all of that new Blood Bowl stuff came out today, which is pretty exciting. So now you can officially go out and play the new version of Blood Bowl and go get those new teams. Yes, my team for tonight my trivia team does have a new and very appropriate name. We are the Rick Vlad Jr. team after the hilarity that happened last time.
The Gundemas.
Yeah, there was the Gundema at the M Mansion with the M app.
So good. M app. Oh my god.
But yeah, everybody has at least one new person tonight. Most of us have more. Or
well, I think it's a testament
team.
to like our community enjoying the game and wanting to continue to play with us. Like,
yeah, and new people signing up, which is great.
Okay.
And old people. Yeah, Arsenal Roy, and people just bouncing around and
Oh, hi, Arsenal.
Trying new teams.
Oh, Arsenal, you're gonna win. Cam's been pretty good at it.
Yes. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what what categories Emma comes up with. You never know. Are you okay over there?
Kill me now.
See what color is this?
I would say plum.
Okay.
Wouldn't you?
Sure. Yeah, I just didn't have the name
Oh,
for
cabs.
it. Yeah, this is what happens when you do the contrast, what they call pink, over a metallic prime.
I have a pearl, which is really nice.
Everything okay?
Fine. I'm a real painter. I have a paint rag that I just, because it's integral to like, it's the filthiest but coolest looking thing you've ever seen.
Yeah. Cool.
Whatever.
I bet it's awesome. What do you think of the paint handles?
Okay. I want to see the butt plug ones though.
Okay.
No, I think it's nifty. I still am seeing where I like want to, how you've talked about this, like the resting your finger thing.
Yes.
I have to, the next time I go in, I have to force myself to like use this as a paint rest, so I'm not putting it on like the opposite side.
Yeah, that's something I've talked about that before, but it's really important when you're painting. It doesn't matter if you're an older person or or a weaker person who needs more support. Even if you are young and hip and limber and all that stuff, right? The further away and the less support you have, the harder it is to keep things steady.
It's not an equivalent of youth or spryness or ability. Right. Yeah, it's not at all.
Yeah, so one of the most important rules for painting is to lock everything down.
It's the same with,
especially for miniature painting.
So like obviously when people do your eyebrows or whatever, they're 9 times out of 10. Or like there's some makeup just like put their full.
It makes sense. So for miniature painting, elbows tight against your chest. You want your, if you can,
because your center of gravity.
Yeah, and if you can keep the heels of your hands together. You want to hold everything as close together, be as supported as possible.
Yeah, that makes so much sense. It's amazing how much I learned about painting with not ever taking a class. I never took a painting class.
Sure.
And which means that's why we're here. This is why this is happening, because a lot of it's trial and error.
Sure.
And patience. Like you gotta kind of want to do this for 2 hours in a sense,
Yes.
But it's cool. Like it's just like playing guitar too. Like some people get to A and B differently, and some people get it to the same way. And like it depends on how you started or who taught you. Yeah. And it is just technique at the end of the day. Okay, so this time I'm taking brilliant red, white, and adding crimson, which is that hint of blue, but still living in the red world.
Red world. Hey, look, I made a Son of the Phoenix. Done. Put him on the table. He's ready to go. That actually doesn't look bad on the metallic.
Oh, that's actually pretty sick. That's pretty
and it'll dry a little bit nicer.
And you know what?
What?
It would be sicker with like a pink rim. It would work with whatever pink rim we chose,
Yeah, on the the outside of it. Yeah, Arsenal, get that priming done.
I do have a pearl. If you want to try adding that to something else. Ooh, you know what? Purple and orange.
Purple and orange?
Yes.
Well, this was just a test to see what the contrast pink was going to look like over the metallic. But it doesn't look pink at all. It's not, I mean, I would not call that pink.
I don't know who calls it pink.
Brits. The British have very interesting ideas about what colors are and what they're called. Where's the other one? There's an example I always like to look at. Where is it? There we go. But yes, we have noticed that some of the colors that the British call these things are not exactly what we might. Oh, it varies.
It's funny because you would think of it as
what color is that?
Blue.
Thank you.
Aquamarine.
Achelian green. It's blue, folks. It's blue. I mean, there's a boundary there, but that's blue. I took one painting class, one miniature painting class.
Yeah.
With the dude who at Emerald Knights here.
It was like teaching you how to do it like that.
I did that in my first painting class.
So good. It's so good.
I don't know. I don't think I'll ever be able to do that again.
Of course you could. You just have to want to.
I guess. Whoa, where's my hand? Yeah. In my one and only painting class with a master helping me. But yeah, it's pretty rad. Thank you for the follow. Second hand name.
That's pretty funny.
Appreciate it. Yeah, this guy looks rad. I often look at them like, how did I do that?
I love that. I love surprising yourself.
And I said, I can do okay when it comes to painting miniatures if I have a lot of time to do it and patience.
But you don't.
Which I don't have. I don't have either of those things.
You have patience.
Sometimes.
Well, not with your children.
Sometimes. It helps if I'm painting something for a specific reason with a specific deadline. Are you painting on my Batman?
Yeah.
That's okay. As long as it's on the back.
Well, you
especially
never get to
if
see
it's
it.
right. I said it's fine.
I was waiting for you to get perturbed.
Yeah, because most of the things I paint are for other people to celebrate an event or an ending thing. So then it's like, okay, thing. I have a time when I need to get this done by.
It's like work
and that
for
helps.
you.
Yeah, but it's fun, but it gives me structure.
Yeah, no, I understand that. I've never finished a painting pretty much just because of that. Like, it's not like I try, Yeah. I don't have to do it.
Well, it's hard even with these. Like, when are you ever done? There are always more details you could accentuate, additional things you could do with the bases, make a board for it. At some point, you just have to let it go.
That's actually it's probably 75% of paint.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, of art is like just moving on. Like, people would look at my stuff and go, "Oh, that's so good." I'm like, "Oh God, this and this and this and this and this." And one thing I have learned is don't tell people what's wrong because they'd never notice.
Right. Oh, 100%. Yes. Check out what Black Cavalier put. Yep.
Perfection is the enemy of done. I love that. That is such a. Also, hi, nice to see you again. That's 100%.
Yeah, of the good. Yeah,
that's 100%.
It is very, very true. Yeah. Well, Rabid Wombat. So Rabid Wombat posted a picture. Rabid Wombat posted a picture in my Discord room on the Homebuddies Discord. If you are somehow
not a part of
the Homebuddies Discord,
it's purposeful.
I don't know what you're doing, but you can talk to me there. I'm on there like almost 24 hours a day. That's the home base for our bar trivia that's happening tonight. Super fun. Join up, and you can see cool pictures like Rabid Wombat's incredibly well painted Custodes. I'll show you, Jessica. There's some odd noises coming out of you or that brush.
Oh, you hate it.
Yeah, that one's
Wasn't so
not
bad.
so bad. Not so bad. Ooh, Discord running slow. Come on. Nope. Here we go. Look at how rad.
Oh,
Look at how great a
I
job he did.
love that yellow, like that dirt brown. It's not dirt brown, but
Image 6. And the bases?
who did this?
This is Rabid Wombat.
Whoa, dude.
I mean, you don't have to ask so surprised that he did this.
No, I'm in.
I know.
Oh,
2 can play that game. Boom! Look at that.
it's really. I love that you got that. Like those are professional shots almost.
And look at how good those lava bases are. And yes, Rabid Wombat is going to fix the rims of the bases, but other than that,
No one's thinking about it. I'm not even worried.
no,
I love the blue
lava
blade.
is so good.
The blue blade is so cool. Those two colors go so nice together.
Mm-hmm.
So nicely.
Oh, so these are Adeptus Custodes, or Custodians, or however you want to pronounce them. It's up to you. Oh, boy. Okay. So you know how we had the Space Marines, right? So these are a different kind of transhumans.
Okay.
Where Space Marines are designed off of a basic template, so we can make a whole bunch of them at once. Each one of these guys is handcrafted DNA. So one-on-one, these guys can kill a Space Marine any day of the week, but they're designed to fight by themselves as a single
whole
person rather than in a unit.
Whoa.
So a unit of Space Marines could take down one or maybe even a couple of these guys. But yeah, they're super cool. It's a really interesting army to play because they are individually, each one of these guys is so powerful and the models are so expensive points wise. It ends up being one of the smallest armies that you can play per like model count. So they say like if you want to get into the game but you don't want to buy a million models,
this would be the way.
This is one, yeah, potentially. Yes, 25 power level just with that. It's crazy. Yeah, they're the Golden Boys. There's lots of silly names for them. And they have traditionally these crazy spears with essentially a power sword at the end of it, but there's also a gun on it so they can shoot and hack things up. They fly around on jet bikes sometimes. They're pretty badass. And that is the army that Henry Cavill plays.
What army goes up against them the best?
Oh, that goes up against that one the best?
So I can play it.
So you can play. In this edition, man, I don't know.
Tell me, orcs.
No. Oh, I mean,
Gross
orcs can. If you can get enough bodies throwing at him all at once, maybe.
Yeah.
You want to throw your body at? Yep, I got it. I got it. There's a. we're whispering our plots to get our hands on the body of Henry Cavill, preferably while he's still alive. There's a very popular YouTuber, Warhammer YouTuber, who lives in the UK, who has shortly after this, issued a challenge that, Henry, if you come and play with us, we'll donate a whole bunch of money to charity, we'll make it a big thing. As far as I know, he never responded. I'm not surprised, but that's fine. It's all good. But yeah, early on in the pandemic, Henry put out on Instagram a picture of him painting one of those guys, saying that was something he had time to do it. Oh my god! And then the computer thing, yeah, he is the biggest nerd. It's pretty great. I mean, there are pictures that seems to suggest that.
He also doesn't deny it.
Well, I mean, would you?
No.
Oh, Death Guard.
That's what I was thinking.
Death Guard, yeah. Ugh.
I was thinking gross guards or gross marines or what do you call them?
So gross. Don't stop me now. So this looks similar to a new chapter of Space Marines that have been reintroduced lately. I'll show you what those look like. You might get a kick out of these. How come I can never find the good picture? Here, do you see these? So essentially, they're almost all. And you can do
Did
this.
you do that purposely?
Well, no, I was just testing a color. But,
that's interesting.
But it is that. Yeah.
Huh. See, I told you the yellow. Oh, I didn't say that. That's like Lakers. It's like a nice gold.
Oh, I see.
That
Yeah,
would be cool.
purple and gold. That seems to be a thing that people do.
I would probably too.
You do purple and gold for your army.
Who knows?
Purple and gold orcs. How's it going over there? Excuse me.
It's okay. Excused.
You need a wet palette.
No. No.
Yeah, because then you can mix all this stuff. You don't have to worry about anything drying out. You can keep going back to other colors. I've seen it done on YouTube. I've never done it myself.
I've done it. It's a pain.
Is it?
No.
For this kind of stuff?
I'm not going to use any of these.
But that's the thing though. You could if. So what I envision a wet palette is for, and what I've seen it used for. So every one of these colors would be a big blob at the top, and then you'd be mixing other blobs by pulling a little bit of color.
Right.
So you could still go back and drag and drop.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm not as organized as that.
Oh, sure.
I see what you're saying.
Okay.
I got it.
All right.
I got it. So I think the thing is here. This one is probably most likely to turn into that, but
okay.
I don't know what more to add. And I'm thinking.
I don't know.
That's okay.
You can try it on. You could try it like on the black.
No, so what we're missing is like the sweetness in the pink. We still have too much redness.
Too much red?
Yeah, and I just haven't I haven't pinpointed how to trim it out yet.
Got it.
Cuz crimson didn't seem to work.
Okay.
A little bit of ultramarine didn't seem to work. A little bit of sky blue didn't work. And it's also could be the amounts with which I am mixing, but
You can ask this artist about mixing colors.
yeah, I'm having a problem.
How would you make hot pink?
Hot pink.
Okay. Buy a hot pink.
You want some mica? Throw mica in there. And do that.
What's mica?
It's pigment.
Dust.
Yeah.
Oh, do you have it?
Yeah.
I'll take a look at it.
I don't know how that works though. Use maybe some rubbing alcohol and.
Oh, I
I
have no idea.
Throwing it in your guys' paint. I'll get you some.
Yeah, let's see what's up.
So we have micas that we use for the
Pigments and micas are different.
right pigments and micas, but mica is a colorant that you use for the soap, or that we use for soaps. It's super cool. Hey, there we go. If you're not familiar, my wife makes incredible soaps. We got a couple more celebrity endorsements lately.
Did you?
Nice.
Can you say it?
Yeah. What's the actor? The actor who was on.
Raul.
Yeah, he was on iZombie, and then now he's on that hunting show. But it's powder, so we got to figure out how to.
No, I know. I'm not gonna. I know.
Very carefully.
It's like.
I'm just so excited. This is all we.
But I have no idea how it's gonna work.
Well, I'm
or
gonna.
how to mix it
okay.
with
We're gonna.
Okay.
You
Like
can,
seriously, be really careful because it's like fine, and then open it really slowly.
Yeah. How do we even get it out of there? And it's also very
give you
expensive.
Well, that's okay.
It's
not.
well, no, I mean just like.
Not using that much. But
Right, that's why I want to make sure.
I want it all over our table.
Yeah,
I need
so
one
this
more,
is.
I need one more of this.
Oh, actually, let me grab the top. So this is mica, and the colors in some of these are amazing. That is hot pink.
Can I get another one last?
What?
Oh, I can fold
And
it,
at least
actually.
this company has really great names. No, just use.
Okay.
This company has really great names. So this is Tickled Pink.
Oh, they have great names, yeah.
It's the company's called Mad Micas.
Yeah, just give me a
We use
little,
a lot
and I'm
of
sure
their-
I'll be able to make it work. Oh God, I'm so excited.
Do it.
It's what I've been waiting for.
We'll see though. I don't know. I mean, we'll see how
how
it goes. If it's gonna be clumpy or if it's
I am.
mix it with
I'm going to do a little bit of white with it.
white will make it
Lighter. So
Very
what do you
much
think
so.
about red or yellow?
Let's see. You guys don't have like a clear medium, right? Just like
I mean, I have a pearl.
I have a clear contrast medium, but I don't know what that would do to
Let me
that.
see. Yeah.
It's a technical.
it's gonna be really thin.
But you can make that work.
They can't see you.
Oh no, I'm not
a
worried
little
about
bit.
it.
It remain to be unseen.
Here,
Yeah,
go.
dump some of that in there.
Okay.
Oh wait, no, put some of that in there maybe. And
Oh.
mix it together.
I didn't want to use all of it.
Yeah. See what it looks
No?
like.
Okay.
I want to be.
Oh, that's true. You guys are painting like the tiniest of things, right?
Yeah, we don't need a lot.
And I
this
don't
is just
wanna-
testing. Whoa.
Yes. Yes, God.
Wow.
Okay, so now I would throw a little bit of white in here.
Yeah?
Yeah, just to make it more viscous
Okay.
and opaque. Just the tiniest bit.
Do you want
though.
your white or do you want some?
My white. It's fine.
Okay.
Because it's the same.
Yeah, I guess.
There's not much difference.
I mean, I have.
This is a game changer.
Yeah. Well,
I
we'll
have
see if
Vallejo
it's-
white.
If it sticks on.
Oh, let's see. I'll try. Yeah, by adding this, it will probably make it.
I've done some research on how he can mix his own paints using colorants like this, and all the other people I've reached out to were like, "There's a reason why paint
Big plop came out of that.
is expensive, and his paint you can't
Yeah.
just like make your own paint." So we'll see.
Now, if the consistency ends up weird because we use the contrast medium, we could do there are other things that we could mix it with.
I'm not having a problem.
I'm just saying.
I got you, but
Yeah.
I'm not having a problem.
It looks pretty hot.
They can't see what you.
No, they can't.
Oh.
So that's the Mad Micah's Tickled Pink mixed with contrast medium and then a little bit of Vallejo white. We'll see. We may have.
I mean, if this works, you guys all could go to Mad Micah's and get all the colors in the world and mix them together.
Now, how much are the micas though?
$6 for an ounce. This is an ounce.
That's an ounce. Oh,
That's
okay.
An ounce. Yeah, I mean it lasts you
Interesting.
forever. As a matter of fact,
Okay.
they sell sample packs.
Yeah.
Oh dang! You would never run out of paints if it worked.
No, you just buy a sample pack for like.
And then find the
$1.
cheapest medium that worked with it. You just have to mix it up.
But you
So
definitely
how
have to
come?
do some tests though, because I
Yeah.
would worry that as you handle them or play with them, it may come off. I don't know. I mean,
Well, we
Here's-
could seal it.
Yeah, you would have to seal it. And
Different.
my other thought is too, you would want to put white down. So like this primer is probably okay, but if you did a true clear white down, then that would even pop even more.
Interesting.
So
Okay.
actually, do me a
Like white-
favor.
yeah,
Cover one of the shoulders in white, and we'll let it dry.
I can do that.
this one is actually a pigment. It's not a mica, so it doesn't have a shimmer to it because it's not like derived from a natural element. In the,
So what is mica? I've never heard that word before.
It's
It's a rock, right?
yeah, you can get it from rock in the earth, but it's a lot of times though it's better to get it made synthetically. It's actually safer for you than harvested from the raw materials of the earth. Also, they use a lot of children and very not nice ways to harvest mica. So the company that I buy from is premium grade micas and pigments. And
Ethically
it's all
sourced?
Ethically sourced.
Nice.
100%.
That's so good.
Love
But
it.
God, isn't it amazing how you just like don't know those things? You do a lot of research though.
Yeah, I do a lot of research.
Look at that. It's so good. Did you paint that white?
Let's try it.
No, it's great. So this is absolutely the closest that, right? I couldn't mix that if I tried.
So the only thing, okay,
Tell me.
my
Okay,
worry.
what's your problem here?
No, my worry is micas have been around literally forever. Right. People have used micas in ancient times to make paints. Why aren't other people doing this?
Right, and
that's what
I'm saying,
what I'm wondering.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about too. A little bit.
Have any of you heard of people using micas for paint?
But
Definitely prime white. Okay, yeah, nerdy duck. Yeah, interesting. With the
He's saying prime it white first, and then
yeah, well, especially if we're using the contrast medium, because then some of the mica might actually that would be interesting if we. So hear me out.
Okay.
The contrast medium is designed so that it keeps larger particles in suspension, so that when you paint it on, you paint a heavier coat, and then those larger particles seep down into the recesses.
okay.
So I wonder if it would work like contrast if you didn't make it super blended.
If it would have,
If it would act, if it could potentially act, basically, if it could potentially act like a contrast paint, because the mica is, you would have like, I don't know. Yeah, we'll have to test. I don't know if that's fully dry yet.
Yeah, it's not. But I'm going to now, instead of
But that
using
looks cool.
the contrast,
Yes.
put just the tiniest bit of that white in
Okay.
the next round.
But that is let's see, focus. That's pretty darn pink.
That's super pink.
Interesting. But yeah, definitely need a very light primer color under it.
But if you guys figure
Or
it
maybe,
out,
I don't know. I mean,
you could paint your guys with all my colors. I mean, sparkle blue.
'Cause that-
You
the
like
greens.
The blue you really like.
Yeah,
the
that's true.
greens.
Because
The black has an opalescence to it. That's really. I don't know if that shimmer is going to show up though. I don't know, because this is not, like I said, this is not the mic. This is the pigment.
Right, pigment versus.
but like, so I
mica.
have this pearl, and you could put that on.
Let me get. I have a hot pink one.
Well, and then when it comes to the sealing part at the end, if we were to seal it, there are matte sealants and glossy sealants, so that would also affect the.
I think we would
the final
have to
product.
get some
I have
glossy,
I don't think I have the glossy. I
like,
think
or
I
a
have
gesso. There's a thing that you can
What'd
do.
you say? What was that
Gesso.
word? I don't know that word.
Look it up, because I think I might be wrong, but it's sometimes used to also not change the pigment, but ooh, that's good for like the. Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Wait, I wonder what happens too if you mix it though.
Yeah, so this is Ard coat.
You could
So
use
it's a
that on
sealant.
this.
Well, this is to seal afterward.
Yeah,
I don't
but
know.
what if you?
That's this
I don't
one.
know. Mix it up, dude.
That's not bad.
Is it almost up here?
Oh, that is that bad. Totally.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep
Ooh,
this
white
here.
scar.
Yep, thank
That's,
you.
I'm sure that's no good. Citadel, Games Workshop, white paints are awful. Don't use them. Don't waste your money on them.
Bless you.
Buy Vallejo. Pallid Witch Flesh. It's also probably trash. Yeah, dull coat to go with.
Okay, my
Or
patience.
soft coat.
My patience did not
Soft
pay
coat and
off.
Ard coat. Oh, it's too wet.
Yeah, it's okay though.
I mean, yeah, we get the idea. Gesso is what is used to treat raw canvas, says Black Capital.
Oh yeah,
Interesting.
Gesso's treating raw canvas, and then there's another. Sorry.
That's okay.
There's another. There's another
Take.
acrylic tool that it's clear. You just grab a clop, and it basically would make this larger.
I don't know. What else? Yeah, I don't have anything here primed in white.
Did you shake this already?
No, I don't. Yeah, I don't know what. And that's also really old, so I don't know what the consistency is supposed to be, other than it's supposed to go on and make things dull.
Dull? Dull?
Yes.
D-U-L-L?
Yes, like not shiny.
Oh.
Matte.
Oh.
We'll see. It's all testing. I want to try that on a black. See what it does.
Oh yeah.
Which is this?
It's yeah, try that. It's just with white. A little bit
No,
of white
it's-
and water.
I don't think it's. No, it's toast. It's deed. I need more pigment.
That's what she said.
Do you dip the paint?
Yeah, I just put the brush right in.
He was, yes, Rabid Wombat. Oh, is Ardcoat gloss? I guess maybe it is. Rabid Wombat. Yes, he is watching.
Thank you for your order.
I need
Rabid
it darker though. Where's the?
What?
How did you get that color?
With your other sealant thing, and just a little bit.
Oh, Rabid Wombat is a Reanimator fan.
Oh, well, of course he is. He's a man of culture.
Excellent, yes. The best.
Do you have that handy?
The soap?
Yes.
Yeah, he just placed an order, I think. I don't know if it
Nice.
Very sweet.
He's very sweet. He's our most precious customer.
We got good babies in the chat.
I have. Not that I painted a lot of miniatures because I haven't, but I've never used a sealant on any of my miniatures, so I don't have experience.
Tactile knowledge or.
Mm-hmm.
Did you want it?
Yeah, show them.
Can you show them? You
Oh,
just hold
yeah.
it up. You might just have to put your hand behind
It's
it.
gonna be okay. It's gonna fly.
It's okay. They're used to random things happening.
That's such a stage term. Flying it in.
Flying.
Oh yeah. That's...
Behind this label is green.
What am I doing wrong?
Or green reagent, of course. Drip. And it's flying.
And what does it smell like?
It's so good.
Or what's the
and there's so
what's the
many
name of
notes
the?
it. Vanilla and cedarwood a little bit. It's a little bit outdoorsy, like when you're digging up bodies to reanimate in the middle of the night.
We know that well.
But on a positive, fresh, lovely smell.
Not the dead flower smell.
Not the death smell.
The death smell.
That we also know so well. Did Quanda take the kids?
Yes.
That's nice.
They're composting with worms.
Hey.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, they're having a blast. They'll be back anytime the chair over here.
Oh, I got no problem with that. Just it's so quiet.
It's so unusual. Interesting.
So this actually, the first one that we did not fail. Whoa. Whoa. That's
And
cool.
I think that's because of the medium. So here, hold on. Guys.
That's cool.
Wait. I don't want to knock anything out. So check. And there we go. Look at that.
Chris, this is a game changer.
Yeah? Alright, let's see how it holds up. I don't know, I did a lot of research.
So obviously you need more coats and
I think-
smooth it out. But
I think if
it
we're
did a
using
kind of a cool thing that just picked up
acrylics in tandem, it works.
the high points. And that's just over black primer too.
Dude, that's a style.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I mean, if we make up more of this, I'll slap it over that whole model and see what it looks like. Yes. You know, I gotta remember to take off my yellow glasses when I'm looking at these because it looks even better. That's pink.
That's dope.
That's nice.
That's super dope. I would have never mixed this. It would have never happened. Well, never is a strong word.
So then what would okay. So if we made up a whole batch of this bright pink and I painted large portions of armor with this, then how would I highlight it? Like how would I edge highlight?
Yeah, so
this
I'm
pink?
actually, that's the next step I'm going to take.
Because I would need like a darker tone and a brighter tone to go with it.
So, give it. I also don't think
Together.
you should do a whole big batch. I think you just should go slowly, like we are doing right now.
Yeah.
Because you don't know how long it will stay.
Sure. Yeah. Test everything, folks. Test.
And it's so far working just by doing these small amounts.
Ooh, I'm gonna try it on the. I'm trying on the metal. Squirrel says, my shower curtain is Han and Carbonite, so I had no choice but to order the matching hand soap. The Han and Carbonite soap is really cool.
I actually don't have it, but I do love it.
I'll take a picture of you guys.
Okay. Do you want it candid?
Or should we smile?
Yeah, we'll be staging. No, I'm just kidding. I'm gonna
Wow.
do this though.
Oh yeah.
What were you saying about staging?
Yeah.
Stage the shot. So I need contrast medium.
No, do your thing. Just get messy.
Right. She's the pro. I'm not.
Angle your face.
Wait, what side is this good side?
Right. The obvious, the one he won't let me be on because it's mine. I learned that I'm better straight on.
Okay. Me too. Oh shoot! God damn
You and
it.
I have like zero, like this whole family.
I did the wrong.
The only picture I have with like this entire family is like the one you hate from Passover.
I hate a picture.
Because Benjamin was being in your mind,
Yeah, he
little
was
brat,
not being appropriate.
which I couldn't tell. But this is so great. This is so excellent. And here's the little bit of like piecing out that we're getting, like okay, it's like there'll be a hotter pink pooling in one area.
Sure.
Is fixed just by going over it again.
Yeah, you'll need a couple coats. But that's what we do.
We just invented something, thanks to
I suppose we did.
You watch tomorrow, your models are melted.
Well, maybe.
Be cool in its own way, though. Could be terrain. Okay, so what I think.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the pink Power Ranger in me wants to do like white framing, but I think we should try this purple.
Okay. Going on smooth.
I actually don't need this because the purple that we have is probably easier to make.
I would need, this is, I need it a little bit thicker, which is hard to, or
Gauge,
I just need to, or I'm going to need to do a few coats. But also because we're using the contrast medium, that's also probably why it's so.
I'm throwing a little bit of the white in.
Sure.
That seems to make a difference.
Very nice.
Oh, cute. Oh, I love that you have the camera in it too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
No, that's styling. We can have that on your YouTube channel.
It's true. I know I need to make thumbnails. I just put up stuff raw. We do it raw.
What?
I don't make thumbnails. I just pick whatever. They give you three screenshots.
You go right. Oh my god.
Who has time to make thumbnails?
One of your loyal followers. They would love to help you if you just asked for help.
I don't know how to ask for help.
Yeah, I know you don't. What time is it?
It's late.
4.
It's after 4. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
this is cool.
Well, this is definitely well on the way.
Mm-hmm.
And it's even brighter than anything else on this table. It's like it's coming close to this.
It's already
brighter.
Acceptably, it's good.
I really like it. So
and we'll let these things dry that we tested to see what they look like fully dry.
I love that how it outlined like that. It didn't work as well with this one.
No, but but also I didn't get as good a glob of it.
And my thought is like
interesting.
Go in with a straight white and then like get details. Like go in and actually make shadows later.
Oof. Okay.
That's my thought.
Yeah.
And then we can make
also
pearly.
too, we have to remember that if we're using this pink as a base layer, then we can also use shades on it.
Yes.
Which I have. I have a purple shade, which is probably going to be the closest one. Well, because what you do is you shade the recesses.
You're trying to get darker.
And then, well, yeah, for the recesses.
Okay, so then this is, can I offer a thought?
Yeah, of course.
So
please do.
I like Payne's Gray to make shadows more than I like black, but I also really like black.
Okay.
But Payne's Gray has this nice cool, do you see how it kind of gets, it's like, I don't know how to explain it. There's like phthalo blue, phthalo green, and things like this that just have this like undertone. Okay. It's just got an extra dimension that I prefer. And then you go in with that color.
Okay, so yeah, you're just making your
You're making it, so like all your leftover, you're using to make it darker. And actually, I might use black instead.
Because here, because basically the shades that Games Workshop has that's sort of in that. So there's Carroburg Crimson, which is good for flesh, especially. But then there's also Druchii Violet. Ooh. But again, yeah, you would just do it like that. But so it's essentially the same thing. Yeah. Druchii.
It's funny how they make you like spend money on.
Oh yeah, of course.
Do you know that technique?
Everything. Yeah. Smear it up with the ringers. And then you could reapply the bright pink where
shit.
Where you would
scared me. Yeah. That's exactly what I was gonna suggest. Is like, because you're like, it's also an experiment, right? Like,
yeah.
Do I like what I've done here? Which way is the light shining?
Yes. All right, let's go to.
So where are we sending them?
Hold on, I gotta get the name because I don't know it. All right.
Magic
Fish Radio. How do I do that in?
What, is that the name?
Yes.
/
Yes.
Raid space name. Okay. No @ signal or anything.
Wow. Magic Fish Radio. Okay. Now, why did it separate it? Weird. Okay.
So, we'll see you tonight.
Yes. 7 p.m. Pacific time on Emma Fife's channel, at Emma Fife. We're doing Homebuddies Bar Trivia. It's going to be very exciting. You and I are going to change from partners to opponents.
Change?
Convert, transform, something. Yes, I hope all of my my team members show up. That'd be nice.
Oh. Is that a possibility?
No. Rabbi Mohammed says if he remembers. But it should be good. It's the 2 times we've done this before have been super fun, super funny. Fun it's going to be great. And yeah, and if you are a new addition to our party, our fun team here, you don't have to be on a team to play. There's a chat team which combines all of your big brains, and chat often does really well. So yeah, do that. Otherwise, I'll be back on Monday with more mythology, my 10 a.m. mythology stream. What about you? What are you up to next?
2 p.m. Friday Fortnite seemed to work out pretty nicely.
Friday Fortnite.
I like it. Fortnite Friday. 2 p.m. It's family friendly Friday Fortnite. Fortnite Friday. Family friendly Fortnite Friday.
With extra farts.
Fun times. That worked out pretty well. So cool. As of right now, especially considering we have Dune on Monday, I'll be streaming every day at 5:00. Something or other.
Cool.
I think it works out that way, especially because Ripley doesn't have anything going on right now. But we'll figure that out. Ripley will have some stuff. I have to pee to get done. But yeah, I play Fortnite now, and I'm really bad at it, but it's really fun. It's really fun. And, my friends join me my real friends.
Yes.
Join me for Deep Rock Galactic. Right, and that's fun.
Your real friends.
Yeah, yes. The people that actually know me.
Yeah.
One of the 14-year-olds came into the chat. He's like, yo, this is straight up a TED Talk. And he's like, do you always get it serious? And I was like, we just talk about everything, you know?
It's adults in the room, yeah.
I don't know that every stream is like that,
No, but there's usually at least some adults. Yeah,
it's definitely, well, no, and he was so receptive. It was very cool.
Great.
And Pandar was so mean to him.
Sure. Pandar's mean to everybody.
It's awful.
Especially new people. just turns
So
them right
bad.
off. It's
so
like
bad.
it's like a sign. Don't go
Yeah,
away.
he's
Just
like, good
we
wand to
we
have.
don't want you here.
Hi. Oh, Pander's here.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
5 o'clock every day.
and if we do it, there probably will be a Fiasconauts next week.
Oh, okay.
We'll see what happens.
Cool. Sounds good.
I could be so mad.
Okay. Thank you all for watching. This was super fun. We maybe unlocked the secret to hot pink paint. We'll keep you filled in. We'll take pictures of the stuff that we did and put it on the Discord.
Okay.
Go check out Magic Fish Radio and see what cool stuff they're doing. Thanks everybody.
Bye.
And tune in tonight. Well, it's the little countdown. Bye. She's gotta go. This channel is intended for mature audiences. Very cool. Okay, go have fun. Bye.
Go wild.
Whatever. We have no emotes for you because we are not affiliates, so...
And also not ours. It's Willie's fun one. But...
Thanks, Scott.